Hey you guys, this is Cherie with a new video. Finally, I have to do something with my hair. I'm thinking a protective style, and I'm thinking about doing butterfly braid. This will be my first attempt at doing so. I don't know if I want to do the knotless, but I may give that a try. Also, I know this can't be a long time-consuming style because, as you guys know, I have an infant to take care of, and I don't have that kind of time. So I'm thinking 20 braids max. Hopefully that will look right and not like too crazy on my big head. My hair is blown out, and you will see the process that I used to do so in my video where I review the Revlon blow dryer. That thing is still a lifesaver. I'm still team Revlon blow dryer all day unless something else better comes my way. But this is my hair blown out. I did do a little quick trim so I can have all of that taken care of before I put these braids in. You guys probably want to see the hair that I'm going to be using. So this is the hair model water curl 14-inch. Really wasn't consumed with the length. I just wanted the curly hair because I know I want the little curl at the end, and I'm trying to do it without adding additional hair that curls at the end. So I got 2 packs of this hair from my local beauty supply store. I didn't order it online. I think it was like $10 a pack, y'all. But if you are interested, I'll definitely leave the information down below in my video description box. And I'll be in and out, but I'm definitely going to show you the technique that I use, the products that I use. So right now I only have like a heat protectant in. It's the Afro Sheen blowout spray. And what else do I have going on here? Oh, shout outs and reviews coming also for Alodia Healthcare, Alodia Hair Care. They gave, I wish they gave. I actually purchased their Wash and Go collection. And this is the Moisturize and Strengthen Curl Enhancing Buttercream. So I will be using that to just add some moisture to my hair before I braid. CBD 24 karat gold edge control. So I'm also going to be trying this out. Ooh, too bright. Trying this out. I love the packaging, you guys. I just like look, it's protected. It smells good. It's an edge control. It's thick with it. Thick. They sent this out to me as a courtesy. They were like, it's spring and we want to give gifts. I was like, oh, thank you. It also came with this triple power strength Miracle Grow. I'm gonna do the YouTube hand because it's not showing up on my, there we go. It came with that. And it's supposed to regrow, strengthen, and repair. And if the video about my shedding has not come back out again, let me just give you a view. Postpartum shedding is in full effect. My edges are looking really sparse, like they ran away again. But it was to be expected. I thought it was gonna be, you know, right around this time, but for the past 2 months, postpartum shedding has been in full effect. Usually with my girls, I can say with my girls, I started losing all the extra hair around 4 months. But with my son, it started around 2 months. So losing balls and balls of hair every time I wash my hair on wash day, but I'm keeping up with it. Both of these products from Touchdown, just Touch and Miracle, I'm not really sure what the name, I'm gonna say Touchdown because that's what's on their Instagram, are supposed to be formulated for hair growth. I'm not a big proponent on topical applications to regrow your hair, but we will see if there's some magic involved here that I didn't know about, and see if it aids in my hair growth, or at least reducing hair loss while I'm in my protective style. So I will keep you updated on that. But big shouts out to them for just sending me a gift. Definitely wanted to make sure I share that, and I'll let you see how it performs on my protective style. And I think that's it. Let's get into it. So the only thing I really wanted to show you in this clip is just me parting my hair. I'm basically doing your standard bricklaying pattern so that the braids kind of lay in between one another so that there isn't a huge gap. These are jumbo size braids, so there's going to be a pretty big gap, but just to kind of even it out. So it took me about 30 minutes to part it the way I think I want it to be parted. And now it's time to get to braiding. Okay, you guys, so I am back. We have one section left to go, and I saved that just for you so that I can show you how this is done. I did braid hair for many years as a side job, side hustle, whatever you want to call it. I have some experience. I've never done these types of braids before, so I cannot say that this is the exact way to do it. But if you want to get a quick protective style done, you want to look cute, I can show you how I did mine. And so if you want to know how to get this done, just keep your eyes peeled. All right, so I am going to take some of the Miracle Grow CBD 50 parts per million regrowth, strengthen and repair oil. It's very thick. I could tell right away that there's castor seed oil in there, and I don't usually oil my scalp, but when I do protective styles like this where I braid it and I can't get to everything, I do like to kind of go in, put a little oil in there in the section on my scalp, rub it in. This actually has, I believe, rosemary, eucalyptus, and menthol, and peppermint. So several things that stimulate the scalp. Don't mind my nail, it won't come off. I can't get it off. That's how good I can put my press-ons on that I can't get it off. Anyway, don't mind that. But I'm just gonna get in there a little bit and massage it onto my scalp. And ordinarily I wouldn't do that without at least spraying some water on my hair first, but everything has been done. My hair was already washed, deep conditioned, and blow dried. And really what the oil is doing is kind of coating the section before I apply the edge control. I don't want the whole stickiness of the edge control to like get stuck on my scalp or, you know, make my strands hard or anything like that. Actually, so far it doesn't seem like that's something that it will do. I have not went through and explored all the ingredients of this, but I did say I wanted to try it out since the company did send it to me complimentary. And so far I really like it. It smells amazing. Apparently there's actual gold particles in here. So I'm gonna take a good amount of the edge control. My edges like to do extra, do the most, they be flying away. Oh gosh, my little random blue nail is very distracting. All right, and you just want to get it on the section around the part areas until it looks very smooth. Hello. Okay, until it looks very smooth. I mean, as smooth as you would like it to look. You don't, I mean, if you don't mind little frizzies or fuzzies, by all means, you can skip out on this part. You know, and I like the way it looks, the little edge control, sleek look isn't too bad. And I'm just gonna try to keep my edges separate from this section because once I'm ready to like style that area, I will style it separately. All right, and so if you want, go ahead and comb it through. Okay. All right, it's combed through. More of my postpartum shed hair comes out. Doesn't look that bad, but when wash day comes and you got this much coming out of that one little section, it adds up and it looks crazy. Showed you how to lay out your braiding hair. This isn't traditional braiding hair, as you can see. It is water curl. That information will be in the video description box as well. But I give you the two sections and they're kind of fuzzy. I don't worry about that. It's going to be a little fuzzy. They're going to stick to each other and hang out and become friends. It's cool. What you want to do is crisscross them and attach them. I'm sure you've seen this in videos before, but that is how you want to connect at least the first section. For me, that's for the process that I am taking to install these. I am doing a knotless method. However, I am also kind of keeping the braid braided stitched to my scalp, just like as if you were doing a cornrow. There is a way where you can do this where you don't braid down to the scalp. You can do like an individual type. That's not what I'm doing, so if that's what you're looking for, I'm sorry, that is not in this video. But if you're interested in seeing tutorials about how to braid and how to attach extension hair, bulk extension hair to your hair in order to make braids, let me know and I can definitely do a series on that. Patreon coming soon. All right, so I am going to, what am I going to do with this? Try to keep it towards the base, towards my scalp. I have this here, don't mind this right now. What I'm going to do is take a section at the top here. It doesn't have to be a straight part or anything like that. And then I'm going to break that into 3 sections. If you know how to braid, this is really for those who already know how to braid. And this is not a tutorial if you don't know how to braid, at least for now. So you take your 3 sections and you commence braiding. Just like you would for this for the purpose of this style, just like you would a cornrow braid. But this is going to be inverted. Some of my braids are inverted and some of them are on the exterior of like a traditional cornrow. This is more like a French braid. And I'm going to just grab that section there and keep going. And I've attached the hair in. And I'm just going to keep going down. And you don't want to wait too long before you attach the next section of hair. And so I'm going to add the extensions to one side. And group them into the middle section. So each of the 3 sections should have a piece of the extension hair attached. And then I'm going to continue to braid. And while you're doing this, you may feel the frizzies and the flyaways start to act up. What I like to do is take a bit of the edge control on my fingers and just kind of smooth it as I braid down. And depending on how thick you want your braids, you just keep adding in. I wanted these to be more of like a jumbo knotless braid. And so I'm going to continue to add in hair while it's still early on in the braid. While I'm still at the top of the section or the top of the braid, I'm just going to continue to add hair in so I can make it a little bit thicker. And I had about 3 sections that were combined. with 2 strands. And I'm just gonna take another single strand. This one is not combined with another strand, just a single strand. And I'm gonna use that, and I'm just gonna continue into the same pattern with the 3 strands as you would do any braid. 1, 2, 3. What you want to do is add the additional strand of braiding hair in a natural manner. So if you have your middle strand here, your outer strand on the right and your outer strand on the left, you want to at least add 1 section of the extension hair to the middle strand and one end of the extension hair to the outer strand, and then you're just going to continue to braid in the order that you were previously without skipping a beat. And you see, you should have a nice smooth braid. It should not be lumpy or bumpy. And excuse me if mine is a little twisted. Sometimes I don't get it right on the first try, and so I have to go back in there and apply the hair and make sure that it is smooth. But once I notice it and once I go back, it's right. I make sure it's right, it stays right. And so the next part of this braid is getting that fluffy butterfly look, and that is my favorite part of the whole style, is this fluffy butterfly look at the ends. This is why I've been waiting to do this hairstyle for so long. And I'm just trying to make sure all of my natural hair is incorporated in the braid, and that's when I want to loosen up the braid. So this entire time I've been keeping my hands taut, pulling on the sections of the braid, making sure they're nice and tight and secure. And I did that all the way until I got to the end of my natural hair. Once you can no longer see your natural hair here inside the braid, I do a final like 3 tight stitches, and then I allow my hands to loosen up their grip. Take a little more edge control, just kind of run it over the section, over the hair, and then I just braid super loose as you feel comfortable with, to where it's gonna already start to look a little fuzzy. It's not gonna be exactly as fuzzy as you want it. Well, for me, it wasn't as fuzzy as I wanted it, or fluffy as I wanted it to be. So I'm gonna braid till I get all the way down to where all of the other braids have stopped. So I want to keep them an equal amount of length. If it's a little bit too long, it's fine, because what you're gonna do is you're going to shorten the braid in 2 ways. So I'm pretty much down here at the end where I have stopped my other braids, and so I'm going to tighten that section. And so this end of the braid is going to be probably as tight as the top. So you just want to braid tight, 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 a couple stitches to where it feels pretty secure. To kind of close this off, what I like to do is to do a couple of knots. So I will just take a skinnier strand of the extension hair. I'm trying to find one. Here we go. Like a skinnier strand of the extension hair, and I will wrap it around. And you know how the hair kind of stretches? Take advantage of that stretching in it. Wrap it around, and I will just make a knot around the base of this ending area. Make another knot. All right, and then take any section, one section that was a part of the 3 strands, and you're just gonna hold on to the tip of the braid and pull. And you're gonna have a lot of slack extension hair left over. But what you're gonna do is go and use that to fluff out your sections. That's one way that I found to do it. The other way is to just make sure everything is nice and loose, and then just to pull. But if you use a trick where you pull that strand from the bottom to kind of kink up the braid, it makes it easier to pull out the extension hair and to give you that fluffy, cute butterfly look that everyone has at the end of their braids now. And then you can go back, straighten it out, and you still have that kinky definition, and you've got the regular look of your braid. Now you see how my hair just popped out? That's where you know if you did a good job of tightening your hair and incorporating your braid, and if not, you might have to start over, or you could take a bit more edge control and kind of go back in, and that lets you know where you should have stopped as far as getting your braid nice and tight before you do the butterfly effect, if you will. And one thing about this texture and this style is that it's very forgiving. So some of the hair didn't really stay incorporated like you thought it should. It's okay. If it's your first try, it's okay. If you can get it to look pretty much like mine, you did an excellent job, and it only gets better from here. Braiding for over 20 years, and I still have to get into my groove. When I first started doing these yesterday, and it didn't take me that long, but I had to break it up because, you know, I have a newborn and he doesn't wait on the braids to happen. I wait on him to be satisfied, and then I go back to do the braids. So there's a helicopter or something. I don't know if y'all can hear it. When I initially started doing these, I didn't have the first one perfect. It actually probably took me a good 5 minutes before I was satisfied with the first braid. Once I got into a groove of how I wanted it to look and how I thought it should go, you know, I found better ways of doing the technique, of holding my hands, of holding the hair, of attaching the hair, of, you know, doing the whole butterfly effect at the end. So it just takes a little bit of practice, but it's not impossible. Again, if you would like some one-on-one class, one-on-one advice, or anything like that, let me know. And it's something I'm definitely considering doing, maybe not on the YouTube platform, but in another medium. Just leave me your thoughts and your comments on that. And let me know if you like this style. If you are protective styling for the summer, I have a trip that I'm going on to next week, so this will free up the hairstyling portion of my trip, and I'm so excited. Hopefully I get to get in some water. We'll see. I'll let you know about that. Oh, one last final touch before I let you go. I am going to snip this off. All right, so you see how I got all this extra hang time here? We don't need all of that. So just take your scissors. The hair is not gonna fall out or anything like that if you just crimp the pieces that you don't need. Throw that away. And something that I didn't always do when I had clients, but I see is very, 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 very beneficial, is applying a foaming mousse to the entire section. Applying a foaming mousse to your entire hair, your entire head of hair, extensions, everything, scalp, to keep the frizzies and the flyaways at bay. Definitely gives it a sheen and makes it look a lot nicer. And so what I am going to use is the Cream of Nature Argan Oil Style Shine and Foaming Mousse. Give y'all about this much, a little bit more. Okay, I don't know if you need to like just saturate the whole head like they be doing, but I'm gonna do this. And since this is a curly hair, make sure you hit the curls with it too. You guys, and that is it. That's all there is to it. If you have any further questions, please let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it helpful, if you're going to do your own protective style, please let me know that down in the comments as well. And I will see you guys next time. Look forward to future videos. I'm going to try to get them out as soon as I can. I have to edit so much footage for you guys. It's ridiculous. Forgive me, but I'm getting to it. Until then, don't forget to live out loud, own your truth, and let your light shine. Bye.